Great morning to y'all. I woke up grateful this morning for your day, that you were given another day. I hope that you reminded yourself of all the things that you have to be grateful for. And I hope that you set a high vibe. I hope that you're feeling the effects of all of the lives. And I hope that you're changing your perspectives. And I hope that your focus is now internal instead of external. And I hope that you're creating your life instead of reacting to life. Okay, so instead of reacting, I hope you're responding. And, I hope you're starting to feel better. If there's anything in your life, any limitation that arises, I hope that you're, getting creative. I hope that you're realizing that any limitation in your life is a time to get creative. And I hope that anytime you see an obstacle, it's a time to learn. Okay, it's an opportunity to evolve and to get out of your constant. Okay. We all have people and situations and things that we have to deal with on a daily basis. And it's how we respond to all of it or react to it that really makes a difference. All right. I mentioned that I wanted to talk about how important it was to forgive things in your life, okay? But I really want to stress how important it is that to forgive yourself, okay? And we're not perfect humans, and our life experience here is fueled by an infinite unconditional love and the power of the all-knowing. So our experience is fueled by everything that we could possibly have. But unless we're aware of that, we stay stuck in the programming and conditioning of what we've been made to be. Okay? And it's a totally different life when you're remaining that way. So you got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself to have not been aware, because when you become aware, all of a sudden there's a lot of things that happen with that. And as you evolve and grow and change as a person, there's a lot of things that go with that. There's a lot of nitty gritty work, uh, there's a lot of people that, when they're self reflecting and they start realizing things, like myself, I had to question whether I was crazy. Okay. I had to say, am I crazy? Is this really what's happening? But no. Okay. Awareness is key, and you can't kind of add all the wishful thinking to it. You have to remain in that state of just letting it be what it is and seeing it for what it is, seeking the learning out of any situation. Okay, life isn't happening to us at all. You've been given this experience to get the most out of it for your learning. There's a lot of things that you came here to do that are specific to you only. Okay, and that's why we're each given a unique perspective, a unique journey. Yes, we all need each other, but our experience is unique to us. Okay. No two people are going to see something the same way. No two people, even if they're experiencing the same thing, will internally experience it in the same way. Okay. Um, but you got to respect what you're feeling first. And we've been so caught up in worrying about every action, about how it makes everybody else feel, and not really looking at how it makes us feel. So, take that time to shift the focus inward and take a look at how things are making you feel. A reminder this morning about emotions. And why do we have emotions? Well, because our beings have a 12-foot magnetic radius around us. And this is like like this is our first sensory center. Like, okay, we feel things in this energy space. We feel it through our heart, and then it gets shot up to our brain to get processed. But what is your processing center? Only you know that. Why do I say that? Because you're the only one that has lived your life and your experience. It's as simple as that. Okay, you're the only one. All of our answers are different. All of our excuses are different. And all of our reasons are different. Okay? And that's simple. We all have simple choices whether we're going to take a look at that stuff or whether we're going to just allow it to blindedly govern our life. Because if you remain blinded and in denial about what is making you be the way that you are, well, then you can't fix it. So you have to accept it, but you got to assess it first. You got to take a look at it. And you got to see, okay, well, are my automatic programming systems that all of my thoughts are coming from, are those right? Have I been installed with all of the right things? Primarily. And if not, you got to go rewrite those scripts for yourself and for the generations to come. We're sourced here by an infinite, unconditional love. And that loves you very much. And loves you no matter what. See, we're always so worried about external judgment and acceptance and love and validation and all of that stuff. But once you look inside and you realize what you're made of and what fuels your experience here on this planet, well, things change. Things change for the better. Okay? And once you start to really embrace your greatness and your power, you can make anything happen. But until you do, all of that programming and conditioning, because we are creative beings primarily, we are creators, well, guess what? Whatever's harnessed in that subconscious mind, you're creating. Anytime you think about it, anytime you talk about it, anytime you, it doesn't matter. Your brain doesn't know whether you're reliving something or whether it is a memory. As long as you're thinking about it, you're producing feelings about it. Okay, our bodies are like chemical factories. All right, you have to take a look at what's governing your life. So, are you creating good thoughts for yourself, which is creating good feelings internally, or are you reacting to the thoughts that you're having that are creating this feeling within you? You have to check that for yourself, and only you know. Nobody else knows. Only you know. So like I said, I'm not going to be on here too long this morning. Actually, no, I didn't tell you guys, but I told Wendell I was waiting. I sent him an invite to see if he's going to hop on this morning. But I have a Zoom meeting at 7:45, so I'll be on here for another maybe 20 minutes or so. But yeah, a lot of reminders this morning. Okay, reminders. Your emotions, your thoughts, where are those coming from? Remember your 12-foot of magnetic field around you, the energies that you're feeling that are being processed in your brain. Okay, your subconscious mind is so powerful. It runs so many automatic systems for you within your body. But also the belief systems and the thought processes that have been there for so long govern so much. All right. Now, if you tell yourself, I am happy, you will feel the chemical reaction of speaking those words or sitting with that and allowing yourself, your body to feel that. Now, if you tell yourself that you're mad and sit with that, you're going to feel the same chemical reaction as to what those words are. So all those thoughts that we have that we don't realize that we're having until we've already expressed them and acted on them, what we are creating for ourselves, half the time is not that great. So you really got to take a look at that stuff and really ask yourself, hey, am I being loving to myself primarily? Primarily. That's why I stress for everybody to be loving in everything that they say and they do. And I don't mean for somebody else, I mean for yourself, because you're the one that matters. And every thought that you're having is creating a feeling within your body, which is a chemical factory. So, on top of all of the automatic systems that it has to run for you, and it has to decide, okay, where am I going to put this amount of energy right now? And where am I going to put this amount of energy right now? And, it manages all of your energy, it manages all of your functions of your body. But the thoughts that are coming from there also are automatic, also because of your total life experience. So anything in your subconscious brain is there because it's a memory bank since you first, like, arrived here on the planet, since you were first born. Simple. Since you took your first breath. Whether we remember it or not, that's a different story. Now, you have two situations where you have one person that remembers their whole life. Okay? Why? Well, because they haven't been installed with fear, trauma, shame, guilt, anger, denial. There's people that can, oh, yeah, I can remember when I was in kindergarten. Okay, what does that tell me? Well, I guess you haven't been too traumatized in your life. Why? Because your subconscious brain protects you from any memories that are not good. Why? Because it doesn't want you to relive that. Why? Because it produces chemicals within your body. So there's a lot of us that cannot remember certain parts of our childhood. It's facts. Why? Well, because it wasn't a pleasant time. And we can't change that, but we can get past that. Okay. And yeah, it's hard to believe. And yeah, we believe we are the way we are because of what we lived. I'm poster child for that stuff. I'm prime example of that. Should I choose to stay in that subconscious brain and who I was all my life? I don't have a shot at staying alive. Seriously. If I remain in my heart space and try to be loving in all that I say and that I do, hey, I'm looking at another 20 years. And I know that. But it's not easy. I've been doing this stuff for years, trying to hang on. Well, I'm human. And yeah, there's a lot of shitty people on this planet. And yeah, people make excuses for themselves that are absolutely ridiculous. And people excuse their bad behavior and their bad choices, but most of all, their bad thoughts and their bad way of living. Why? Because, hey, well, because of who I am. It doesn't work with me. I know some of the most damaged beings, and I love them the most because I can relate to them. And they are the best beings walking this planet by choice. Okay? And that's real. That's not people sitting there making excuses for being a bad person, no matter what has been inflicted on them. Okay. And they motivated me to keep going. Okay. And you know who you are. Like, simple, we're some of the most damaged, but we carry the most weight of the world. Simple. We watch people make excuses for themselves. We watch people make excuses for their bad behaviors. We watch people make excuses for their bad behaviors, not only towards themselves, but to others also. We got to forgive ourselves. Seriously. You got to forgive yourself for all the times that you didn't feel like you were enough. You got to forgive yourself for all the times that you feel like you just didn't have it to keep going. You got to forgive yourself for all the times that you felt shame, that you felt guilt, that you felt anger, that you felt hatred. Forgive yourself for that. Why? Because I've been practicing this. When I'm reliving and trying to heal these things within me, I'm practicing this and I'm forgiving myself. And I have never felt the relief that I do now doing this. I've done meditation and I've done all kinds of stuff over the years to get real with what I'm living. But recently, I think the biggest healing is forgiving myself. Forgiving myself for blowing off the handle. Forgiving myself for making bad choices. Forgiving myself for maybe not being as patient as I could have been. Forgiving myself for not taking the time to be a little bit more understanding for everybody who needed it, but also for myself, primarily. It's not even about forgiving myself towards other people. I don't live my life in a way that I need to say sorry to anybody. I don't do it. It's like, saying sorry, I believe, is a cop-out. You shouldn't be doing or saying things that you need to feel sorry for. That's the way I see it. I don't live my life like that. I don't go and do my day and then, sit back and say, I better say sorry to this person or that. But no. I say I'm loving in all that I say that I and do to myself primarily, though. And forgiving myself lately has really given me a calm inside my being. Like, yeah, every day's a brand new day. So I like to think about it at the end of my day, what I went through in my day, or what I lived and what I learned in my day. I like to really be grateful for everything that I learned, and I voice it. It's not just about getting up in the morning and being grateful. I also need to go to bed grateful as well. Because if I don't give thanks for my day, hey, tomorrow's not owed to me, eh? So, but yeah, I like to give thanks for my day, and I like to forgive myself where it needs to be. Okay, because I can't replay situations that need to be different. It's not the situation that need to be different. It's not the people that need to be different. It's me that needs to be different. I see that. Every day is for learning. I have to be a little bit more calm, a little bit more loving, a little bit more accepting. But this is stuff that we learn every single day. And just because I know this, it doesn't mean I have it mastered. Okay, because there's a lot of just bad choices being made around me by people. And that's normal. That's normal. That's wherever we live in today's society, okay? I see stuff all the time. But hey, 7:20. Okay, so in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to wrap up here because like I mentioned before, I have a Zoom meeting this morning to deal with some business stuff. But hey, lots of reminders today, I want you guys to forgive yourself for all of the times that you felt shitty about anything. Anytime that you questioned yourself or you doubted yourself about anything, forgive yourself for that. And it's serious. You may hear it and you're like, oh, what is she talking about? No, but it's real. And how do I know this? Because I'm picking apart my subconscious brain. Okay, because I want to rewrite what's in there. Why? Because I am a grandmother now. And the ways that I have governed my life and the way I had to operate to survive raising my children and the way that will not be inflicted on my granddaughter. No way, because times are changing and I'm a lot more aware now than I've ever been in my life. Simple. And while I'm still on this earth, hey, I am going to try to be the most loving person that I can be for me. Why? Because I don't want to accumulate regrets. Simple. And if you're not being loving in all that you see and you do, well, then you're accumulating regrets, self-doubt, shame, anger, hatred, denial, guilt. I don't want any of that stuff. Okay? I understand where my emotions come from. They come from a processing place of memories that, hey, oh boy, I know. I gotta forgive myself for that. And I gotta forgive myself for all the shitty choices that I've made since I know better also. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But I embrace that. And I'm okay with that. Because I'm human and I'm here having an experience that is unique to me. So it doesn't matter what another thinks or says or believes. It really doesn't. What matters is whether I believe in myself, primarily, whether I'm understanding and compassionate to others, whether I understand that we're all connected, whether I understand or not that, hey, what gives me life is the same thing that gives every one of you life, and we're all connected. So how could I be a shitty person to another person when the realness of it is when I'm standing there talking to somebody, I know that's a piece of me. We're connected. The only thing that gives us the separation is our own free will. Why? Because we've chosen what we've chosen to eat, which has given us our matter. We become what we eat, right? So, yeah, and our free choices of how we're going to govern our experience. Other than that, we're all connected. I didn't know that for a long time. Hey, I governed my life like I was the only one in my own world, and that was it. And my choices only affected me, and it didn't matter because nobody would get it anyway. Well, hey, everybody matters. Everything matters. But you matter the most, straight up. And that's why you got to be loving in everything that you say and you do for yourself primarily. And that's where it all starts. It doesn't matter how people take things. What matters is how you feel inside. And if you're not feeling good, you're not creating good thoughts, which are not creating good feelings, which are not creating good actions. They're being verbalized in a negative way. We're creators. So everything that we're thinking and feeling and doing and saying, we're manifesting. So this is where we got to get it right. Because honestly, if you're sitting there creating really bad thoughts in your own mind and they're repetitive, every thought produces a feeling in your body physiologically. So this is like your biology changing, eh? Why? To stabilize all of your automatic systems that have to run. That's why we have emotions. Oh, okay, I'm feeling this way. Oh, okay. Let's say we live something and we feel sad from it. Let's say we lose. We suffer the loss of a loved one. All right. So that's something external that we're feeling that, you know, we bring it into our hearts, but then, hey, it's the thoughts after that we have over and over and over that continue the grief. Seriously. Thoughts produce feelings. You got to watch what you're thinking. You got to watch what you're saying. Oh, it looks like Wendell's ready to jump on. I'll get him on for the last 10 minutes here. Hey, good morning to you.
Morning, Howard.
How you doing?
I'm good. Could have slept a little longer, but I'm good.
Hey, you know something? The soul never gets tired, eh? It's
That
just
is
our
true.
physical bodies.
Yep, that is true.
So,
I'm not
so
complaining. At
tell
least I got
yourself you're supercharged.
it.
Supercharged.
Yeah.
Yes, nothing more powerful than the power of my soul. Yeah, yeah. Think about all the energy in every single soul of your cell of your body. You have enough energy to move mountains, my friend.
You. Thank you. How are you doing
Okay,
today?
so I have a 7:45 Zoom with Roxanne this morning.
Okay.
So actually we've got about it's like almost 7:30. So if you want to, I've pretty much said quite a bit this morning.
Okay.
Hey, Trisha saying, morning, Wendell.
Morning, Patricia.
Okay, so listen, I pretty much said a good piece this morning. So why don't you take the floor for the next 10 minutes before I sign off?
Okay. What were you? I kind of missed exactly what you were discussing, though.
Oh, I was just giving reminders this morning about people getting their thoughts right and forgiving themselves when they fall short, because it's really important. And then
Oh yeah.
that's what I've been practicing through my healing, is that
Oh,
when I something arises and I realize, okay, well, you know, 5 years ago that thing just didn't, I didn't react right to that. Well, I got to forgive myself for that, because I
that,
can't heal that if I don't forgive myself for that.
that's true. That is
So,
true.
and this is what I'm doing. I'm breaking apart my subconscious because I want to be a happy whole person, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of us do, right? But it's just the path of getting there, and it's to some people it seems like too much, or they can't handle it, or too many things going on in their lives, like kids, work, you know, that sort of thing. But you know, I think most of us are struggling with the like the debt aspect of it, where, some people are going through hard times financially, that sometimes they focus too much on their financial situation that they lose focus on what their actual path of life is, right?
If you focus on debt, you create debt.
Bingo.
So anybody, hold on, anybody who's in financial problem right now, listen, I know what that is right now because I'm feeling it too. But remember something. Do not look at the debt. Forget about it. It's there. So what? Forget about it. Direct your focus to inspired actions to make money. Focus that you love money, that you make money, and that's it. And that, trust me, you fix debt. That's what we do. You focus on debt, you create debt.
Right, that's right. So yeah, and it's funny because um I don't know if you do this, but the yesterday I came in from work, and I kind of sat down, I had my supper and stuff, and then I looked at all the lives that we did, like almost one right after the other, and not only is there like a good chemistry there, but there's also a synchronicity, it's like we seem to have like the same kind of, like, it's constant is what I'm trying to say, and we've been doing what, like at least five or six now, and you know when you're doing stuff like this, you're always like expecting that one day where it's like, okay, like you say, we don't know how it's gonna go, we're just gonna go with it, right? And by now you would think that we've already, I don't know, not spark negativity or anything, but we've never really had like a good like debate where we're like, ram ram each other's hair, But and I see the comments too, like I kind of go through everything. I look at the comments and I see that, everybody's saying that, this is a good chemistry, right? Like they're saying that, you guys, it's funny, it's like we're giving everybody the impression that we've known each other for years when we've only known each other for not even a month yet, so
Exactly, but it's a
it's
great
crazy.
connection. Like, I'm
But that's
so
what I'm
grateful
saying.
for it. I'm
But that's
so grateful for it.
Yeah, it's a very powerful thing, because even like when I talk to people, and I tell some people, I'm like, hey, come check out this video, it's very interesting, and they're like, oh, okay, and they're like, so who's this woman, I'm like, I said, it's just somebody I met on Facebook, and they're like, really? Like, I thought you knew her for a long time. I'm like, no. I said, I just met her on Facebook. We just had a talk, we're both kind of, on the same wavelength. She's gonna help me expand my coaching on her site and stuff. And she's like, you're working with her already? Like, didn't like, so people, it's hard for people to understand when, you have that energy, right? It's like, it's the same thing with me and people, in a class, I'm training people and I start talking to them and everybody's like, well, why are you so like you're so easy to talk to? And I said, well, it's because I'm neutral. I mean, I don't judge people.
There you go.
I accept people for who they are, right? Like I know everybody has faults. We all have faults, but it's just that some people are always like, oh, he grinds his teeth when he talks to me, so I don't want to talk to him. Then when you go and talk to him and you realize that, okay, like he's not grinding his teeth to deliberately annoy you. He just has a mental, not mental, a medical issue or something, right? And some people kind of turn away from that. It's the same thing with, dating and stuff. Some people they don't want to date somebody because of their condition because, oh, I don't want to deal with that, or oh, it's so too annoying. But they don't realize that what they could be on somebody else. Like you could be just as annoying on somebody else, but and not even realize it, right? you know it's like I've been told a couple times where, oh, you're so annoying, and I'm like, why do you find me annoying? Like, oh, you're always asking these questions. I'm like, okay, but I'm asking questions to get to know you. I'm not like asking questions about your business. And then that, as we were saying yesterday about red flags, there goes the red flag, right? It's like, okay, so why are you so concerned about me asking a very intimate question on you when that tells me that you're either hiding something or you just don't want to answer. So it's
But
just
I
funny. It's
bet
just
you she was, but in that situation, I bet you she was expecting you to dig it out though, right? But she didn't want to tell you her business, right?
exactly.
Ah, well, tell her in that case the sniff test just doesn't work. So you need more info.
the the bloodhound theory.
Oh, wow.
Funny, but
I had to get some jokes in with you this morning,
of
Wendell. I
course.
love talking to you.
Yeah, I like talking to you too. It's nice. It's nice. Well, what I don't get is, it's funny how your friend there, Patricia, is always, saying stuff, but she never comes in on chats. I would like to.
Oh, what do you mean? She's going to be the other woman on Man versus Woman. We just haven't picked a date.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And wait, you just wait. Oh, boy. You just
Oh,
wait.
yeah.
Oh, you don't know Trish? You
Who's
don't
that?
know Trish, Wendell?
Patricia Lovelace? This Patricia Lovelace here? No, I
Yes?
don't. I
Oh,
don't.
boy. You better sleep well the night before.
I can handle her. I ain't worried about Patricia.
I love her. Listen,
Yeah.
I
She, se-
love her, but
she
she
seems to have a good
brings the
soul.
boom.
Yeah, she seems to have a good soul.
She brings the boom, though. Wait, she's gonna make you food for thought. I'm telling you, she
I'm
brings
sure
the
she
boom.
I'm sure she does bring the boom. I saw her a couple pictures of her there on Facebook and yeah, kaboom.
Oh yeah. Okay, so listen, it is 7:35. I have a meeting in 10 minutes.
Alrighty.
We can go another 5 minutes if you want. You can oh, usually
Oh my
naked getting ready for my day. No need to be on here live.
well, thanks for sharing, Patricia.
Woo woo! Well, hey, we
And
we could
I.
we could go into a private chat.
Oh my goodness. I think
Hey.
unless Patricia wants to see stars, and I don't mean like the ones in the sky either.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, you know what? I'll give you a couple minutes to just get a message. No filter here, Wendell. That's right. There isn't.
I noticed.
I love her. I love her. I love her. Okay, so
Noted.
listen, I'll give you a couple minutes just to put out a message because I'm going to wrap it up. I don't want to be late for the
Okay.
meeting,
Okay.
but
So yes.
I just wanted to put out there, if you want to join the Zoom meeting with us, you let me know and I'll send you an invite when I log in.
Oh, okay. What time is it? It's like
It's at
now?
7:45 and we're just gonna, I'm not sure where it's gonna go. We don't have a set agenda, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that next time. So, yeah, so I think that as long as, just to reiterate what you were saying, it's like, we as human beings have this tendency of, being hard on ourselves when we go through, difficult times, when we have high expectations and we get disappointed, but at the end of the day, at least we tried, right? Some people, they just don't bother at all, but I think we don't give ourselves enough credit just for trying, because, you get into a point in your life where your back is against the wall, and sometimes you have to react right away, otherwise it's over for you, right? So you look at your situation, you find out what's the best option is, you go and you do it, and then you, whatever the result is, at least you're not set all the way back. Yeah, maybe you're set back a little bit, but it could have been worse. So what I'm trying to say is that, don't ever question yourself when you make a decision and you get set back a little bit, because it could have been worse, right? A lot of people take it more negatively than it actually is, because their main expectation is to succeed through it, right? But when they don't, they're like, oh, I failed again, and but
yeah,
hey,
sure,
at least you're
sure.
not, at least you're not in the trenches, you're just on the side of the road, right? So I think we need to give ourselves a little bit more credit when it comes to, you know, having expectations on ourselves, and making decisions to get out of a situation. It'll be so much better if we can just go with the flow, have a positive outlook on it, and accept it, just say, hey, you know what? I know I'm going to fail. I might just end up failing at this, or I might just end up getting set back. But my hope is that I don't. And I think just with bringing that into the energy, it'll be so much better. So, yeah, Trisha, Trisha something up. But yeah. So
She's
that's
awesome. I love her. Okay, so that's the message. Love and like my brother. I want you to
you.
have an
So
awesome day.
you too.
And tomorrow, I will be ready on the go. She just has to go to work. That's why we couldn't do it. I tried to
That's
arrange
fine.
it away
That's
from it. So,
that's fine.
but tomorrow we'll be back on. And
Alrighty.
hopefully people will send us some topics,
Yeah.
reach out to us.
Yeah. And Patricia, you can send me a friend request.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, she hasn't done that yet. Come on, Wendell, reach out to her. Why don't make your move, buddy?
Make
Be the
your
man, because you the man. Come on now.
Oh, that's a
Woo,
good
woo.
top. Okay, that one, we're gonna hit that topic tomorrow. That's a good one. I totally forgot about that. I wanted to discuss that actually.
But
So yeah.
also, she's old school, eh?
Hey, I'm old school too. We are all old
Have
school.
an awesome day, Trish. Love ya.
Have a good day, Trishy.
And he's gonna friend request you, so accept it, eh?
Yeah. Oh God, too funny.
Okay, so Wendell, love and like my brother.
And like my
For the
sister.
rest of you all out there, listen, I want a couple of things. Exactly, Wendell. You can reach out also. Oh, yeah. Be the man. Woo, woo,
Beep,
woo, woo. Be the man. Woo,
beep,
woo, woo,
beep.
woo. Be the man. Yeah, yeah. Woo, put a little fuel in that tank, mister. Woo, woo.
You're funny.
I bet you're not feeling too sleepy now, are ya? Woo! Start
uh,
that day right. Okay, so everybody out there, listen, push past your limitations, okay? Any limitation, you get creative. Like, set your brain like that, okay? You see a limit, get creative. You see an obstacle, grow, okay? You see a trigger, pause. You want to react, pause. Don't react, respond. Don't react to anything. You can respond to everything, but don't react to anything. Condition yourself. Like triggers. If you got to do reminders around your house, do it. If you need to put a list of things you're grateful for as a reminder in your kitchen, do it. If you need to put one beside your bed, do it. Any kind of reminders that you can quickly reset and retrain your mind. Give yourself that time. Okay? We all fly off the handle so unnecessarily. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Be loving in all that you say and do. You matter the most. Get the most out of your days. All right? I love you all. All right? Love yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And just
All
be loving in everything that you say and do. All right?
right. Right.
Wendell. Peace, my brother. Love and light.
Sister, love and light.
Peace.
Peace. You matter the most.
Yes, and you do too. Have a great day, eh?
You too. Have a great
I'll see you
day.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Love and light. Peace.
All right. Peace.